If you could kill your future self from 30 years later and get 20 gold bars in return, would you take this job? But 30 years from now, you too will be sent back in time by a time machine to 30 years ago, only to be killed by your younger self. Would you still be willing to take this job? In the near future, killing has become a profession. The invention of time machines allows criminal organizations to dispose of bodies more conveniently. They send targets into time machines and hand them over to assassins 30 years in the past to eliminate. All they need to do is time it perfectly and shoot the moment the target is transported. These people are called loopers. After eliminating their targets, they retrieve the silver bars attached to their backs, dispose of the bodies in incinerators, exchange those 2 silver bars for cash, and then use the money to enjoy life. For these loopers, there's one crucial concept.
For what? Closed his loop. Oh shit.
Closing the loop, completing their final job. After killing their future selves from 30 years later, they receive 20 gold bars, then retire to enjoy life. But from that moment on, they only have 30 years left to live. When the time comes, they'll be sent to the past to be killed by their younger selves. I'm the youngest among the loopers, living a hedonistic lifestyle with my colleagues every day. Watching my colleagues complete their loops and begin enjoying life, I thought I could smoothly complete mine too. But something unexpected happened that day. One of my colleagues came to find me in a state of terror, because he had made a terrible mistake. When facing his future self, he went soft. When he removed the target's mask and saw that face that touched his soul, he softened and let him escape. This is called letting the loop run. He created the catastrophe of having 2 versions of himself existing in the same era. This is the greatest taboo for loopers. Facing pursuit from my colleagues, I could only hide him in my storage room. But I was also brought to the boss's office. He wielded the highest power in this city and gave me 2 choices: turn in my friend Seth or give up all my money. But I'd worked so hard to save enough money to retire in France.
You give him up, or you give us half your stash. You willing to dump your silver in the dirt for Seth?
And I think if you ask yourself, you ask who would I sacrifice for what's mine, I think Seth would be deep and cozy inside that circle.
Ultimately, between money and friendship, I chose money. Soon, horrifying things began happening to the older Seth. He discovered that one of his fingers had suddenly disappeared, and 5 seconds later, a second finger vanished. Even his nose mysteriously disappeared. 1 minute earlier, he had received a warning telling him to immediately go to a specified location. Obviously, his younger self was already in their hands. Soon he lost his right foot, then his left leg, then both hands. He could only use his elbows to knock on the door of the target location. But what awaited him was only the dark muzzle of a gun. While inside the door was his younger self being dismembered.